So now let's drill down deeper into the more traditional ways of doing international business. And regarding this, there are three important questions we should all ask ourselves as business people before deciding to go international with our business. And those three questions are: 1, why should I go? 2, where should I go? For example, what region of the world or country should I go to first? And number 3, how should I organize that international business if, where, when I decide to go? And those three questions are really important. And we'll go into those questions in just a moment. But first, maybe you're wondering, or you should be wondering, what is international business? Okay, what do you think? What is international business? This is a challenging question to answer, for many people and for me also, because international business might mean different things for different people. So it's important in this boot camp that we first have a common understanding of what we're talking about. So let's first agree on some definitions. And to do that, why don't we think of some examples first of what international business might be. So let's think. Imagine that I have a company making bicycles, and I buy some parts from my bicycles from another country, and I import them. Let's say that I buy a bicycle chain, or I buy 100 bicycle chains. Anyway, I buy the chains from another country, import them back into my country, put them on my bicycles, and I sell my bicycles to my local customers. Is that international business for my company? What do you think? I would say it is, because I'm importing from overseas the chains. Because of that import activity, I'm involved in many of the traditional international business activities, like finding a manufacturer, negotiating with them on the pricing and the products, paying for the bike chains, shipping the chains to my factory in my country, and maybe even some foreign currency transactions or payments in different currencies from different countries. Now here's another example, and this example illustrates better what we call indirect international business. Let's say I have a company which is selling a product, but I'm only selling that product to my local customers in my home country. For example, I have a company that's producing a car door lock for cars. I sell that car door lock to a Finnish company, because I'm here in Finland, and that Finnish company are producing the Mercedes-Benz GLC car. Nice car. Yes, you might be surprised, but the GLC is produced in Finland by a Finnish company for Mercedes in Germany. Now, as you can imagine, that Mercedes car lock is just a small part of the value of the complete car. And my customer is the factory in Finland who produces that car, and then they export that car to Russia, as an example. That means that the Mercedes-Benz in Russia has my car lock in it. Is that international business for my company? Yes, it is. And that's an example of indirect, where somebody else sells my product. Another example of indirect exports might be, for example, a company producing chocolate candy in Finland, where I live, finds an export company somewhere locally, and they export my chocolate to America. That would also mean indirect exports from my chocolate company, even if I'm not involved with the American customer. I'm dealing with my local customer. From those simple examples of international business, we can imagine much, much more complicated cases where a company might have their own sales office in another country, which sells their products from their factory in their home market. Or another case might be a company from country A have a factory in country B which produces a product there, and even it's possible that a company might actually import products they produce from overseas back to their home market and sell them there. So you see, the process of becoming international can start by simply importing something or know-how, moving indirect methods into the indirect methods, like selling the car lock to the Finnish car company Mercedes, who then sells the car to Russia. And from there, it can move on to more direct methods. For example, I export my product that I produce in my country to another country. Or I establish a sales office in another country. I start producing in another country in my own factory. I start importing some of those products that I produce in my factory from that other country to my home country and sell them in my place. All of these are international business. There might even be a case where a company stops producing products altogether in their home country because they're producing everything overseas in a foreign factory and they're importing those products and selling them in their local market. So as we can see from all these examples, there are many different forms and types of international business. And each of these types of international activities will result in unique challenges for companies that are involved in that business. And those are the challenges we'll discuss in this bootcamp.